PK Subban. Where's he going to play next season? Welcome back, hockey fans. Welcome in if this is your first time to the channel. I'm Josh. This is the Hockey Flow, and today it's Sunday, July 31st, 2022. Happy Sunday, everybody. That's right, PK Subban, the man, the myth, the legend. A few years ago, we would have been talking about him right away. Where's he going to sign? Where's he going to end up? But you know what? He's not the same player. That's okay, though. He can still have an impact. Thanks to the hockey writers and the excellent Colton Pankiw, we got 3 potential landing spots for the gentleman. We're going to get to that in just a moment on Today in Hockey. But first and foremost, we got to get to Today in Hockey history, and then we got to get to a couple of headlines, including the Colorado Avalanche still making their Stanley Cup tour, and then we're going to get into it. The article deep dive. Like I said, we're heading back to the hockey writers and the excellent Colton Pankiw. I think this is the first time we've checked out one of his articles, so I'm really excited to get into it. Make sure to stick around for that. If you do enjoy the content, take a moment, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're going to keep bringing you videos every single day, and I do appreciate it. Helps us out a ton. So alright, Today in Hockey history. On this date, July 31st in 2000, big day in Tampa Bay Lightning history. You guys signed Martin St. Louis. He would go on to score 953 career points with the Lightning. Good for most in team history. He also, I believe, leads the team in all-time assists, so good for him, and the rest is history. All right, Today in Hockey history transitions into headlines. That's right, headlines. Ottawa Senators, man, you guys are building something special. I tell you what, you guys did trade for Mateo Joseph last season, and he did agree to a 4-year, $11.8 million extension with the team, so he's going to be sticking around, and I believe he's just 25 years old, and he did have a good impact with the team. I believe he put up 30 points in total between the Lightning and Senators last season, but just another nice depth piece, and I think he is going to make a good impact for them. So, all right, Colorado Avalanche, like I mentioned, they're still making their Stanley Cup rounds. All the players are taking the cup around. Well, in the news today, a little bit of a light news cycle, I guess. Mikko Rantanen, him and his pups were drinking from the Stanley Cup. That's right, it was Mikko and his dogs drinking from the Stanley Cup. So definitely be sure to check that one out. We are pro puppy here at the channel. All right, article of the day. It's time. 3 most probable teams to sign PK Subban, and again, this is coming to us by the excellent Colton Pankiw. And again, I don't think we visited his stuff, so excited to see what we got. The article was amazing, always very well written from the hockey writers. But I look forward to looking at more of Colton's work. But all right, let's get into it. We got 3 teams, and I did place the player cards from both JFresh Hockey, thank you, sir, and from Dom and Shane at The Athletic, thank you both. Just to kind of give us a glimpse at what PK Subban is right now and what he brings to the table. So just looking at the player cards real quick, we do see that his projected WAR is a little low. We are at 40%. We do see a lot more red, a little blue in there, right? But kind of not in the spot you want to see it. That EV offense, I'm sure you want your defenders to be able to cycle the puck and make an impact on offense as well, but you would really like to see that blue show up in the defensive side for a defender. But okay, let's get into it. The 3 teams. First and foremost, Nashville Predators. So according to Mr. Pankiw, the Nashville Predators would be a good option. And you know what? I don't disagree with this by any means. He makes a good point that a lot of people seem to think back and think of his best years, Subban's best years with the Canadiens, but he was excellent with the Predators those 3 seasons as well. We point this out with 2 All-Star appearances, and he did finish 3rd place for the Norris Trophy one year as well. That was, 2017, 2018. So he did play very well for them. Nashville is in a ready-to-win, mode right now. They could use that experience on the back line, absolutely. They're building something nice there, and cap space is not an issue. So from a Predator standpoint, if they're looking for a little more guidance, if they're looking for someone to fill that mentor, that leadership role in the back, they already have Yossi. We got his jersey hanging up behind us. They have Ekholm. So it's not like they need it, but absolutely, they're trying to win. They're trying to win a cup. All the leadership you can get is going to be absolutely well received. So I don't see a problem with that pick. The Predators would be an excellent stop for Mr. Subban. All right, Edmonton Oilers. Let's go Oilers, baby! I was so excited to see this one. I try not to be a homer at the channel, but when the Oilers show up, of course we're going to talk about them. But the Oilers, we're in win now mode, especially after this excellent playoff run we had. We re-signed Kane at a good number. Like the roster's really shaping out, but there is still a couple of pieces that need to fall into place. So right now, and this is what the article talks about as well, but the Oilers have $3.5 million in cap space right now, and we have to sign McLeod and Yamamoto. So we have 2 players. Yamamoto is probably going to get $3 million in arbitration, so we only have, $500,000 to sign McLeod? That's not going to get it done. But Tyson Barrie, that piece... Oilers fans, you'll know Tyson Barrie this last season just didn't live up to what he was supposed to be. I know what he has been in the past, but last season, boy, it was just not it. That is one player that I was just so frustrated game in and game out. Sure, he showed some good signs towards the end, but $4.5 million on that cap is a big number for someone that does that. So what the article presents, and I actually love the idea, what if we trade Tyson Barrie for some future picks, clear the cap room, then we can re-sign Yamamoto, McLeod, no problems. Then we bring in someone like PK Subban to play that third line right-handed defenseman. He would do great in that role, maybe play on the second power play unit for us. I actually really like the thought. So let's go, Oilers. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, Oilers fans. Would you like to see Subban on the team? I think he would have an impact. All right, last but not least, the Buffalo Sabres. So this is a neat one. So the other 2 teams we're looking at kind of like a win-now mode, right? Like Nashville and Edmonton are both playoff teams. They're both going to be contending for the Cup. But the Sabres are on the other end of that spectrum. They were more so on the rebuilding side, but they're on the upward trend right now. They have a lot of really good pieces in place. I think so far they've won the Eichel trade. You know, Jack Eichel could have an amazing season this year, though, but so far, so good in that regard. Tage Thompson, you got Owen Power. The article make sure to mention the young lads as well, Dylan Cousins, Alex Tuck. My goodness, so it feels like we can go on and on, right? So they are trending upward. They could use that mentor, the leader in the back, right? Not necessarily has to play first-line minutes by any means. They have players that can do that, but he would be a great presence in the locker room for Owen Power, Rasmus Dahlin. I like that idea. That's a really good idea, Mr. Pankiw. But it all comes down to, and he makes that comment, would he want to come to Buffalo? I'm not sure. You know, to be honest, I don't. Aside from the weather, that would probably be a deterrent for myself personally, but Buffalo's a great hockey city. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't necessarily want to go there. He played in Montreal, right? Buffalo's not that far from Montreal. But the last point that the article makes is that Subban needs to accept the situation. And this is something I hadn't really considered or thought too much on, but there's probably a reason why he hasn't signed yet. Like, the article does mention that he's rubbed folks in the NHL the wrong way, and that's okay, right? That happens to everyone to some capacity. But is he really just looking for more money than what teams are logically going to offer him because of where he's at and where his game is at? Looking at these player cards, we see a lot of gray. We don't see any yellow from Dom's group. We don't see very much blue from J-Fresh Hockey. PK Subban just isn't the player that he was before, but that doesn't mean he can't have an impact and mean something to a team. So I really hope that he does sign with someone fairly soon too. I would love to see him on the Oilers. We could bring that cup to Edmonton, absolutely. But let me know in the comments, where should PK sign? That's going to do it for the video today. We are in the midst of a giveaway. I'll leave the video link down in the description, but we posted it yesterday, so entries are live. All you're going to have to do is post a comment on that video. Again, link will be down in the description. I just want to know your favorite team and why, and that's going to be on that other video. Again, link on the description. Entries will be accepting valid entries until this coming Friday, August 5th, 11:59 p.m. so midnight, August 5th, and then we'll do the special video picking the winner out of the hat August 6th or August 7th, either next Saturday or Sunday. But again, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for everything. This is always so much fun. Until tomorrow, cheers.